Hello, you Frozies. McFrozenNuggets here, and yes, I'm back to reviewing more Cars 3 diecasts. This time around, I've got Flow. But this is actually relatively new for me because I've never gotten Flow before, so that's cool. And this is a new variation of her, too. But before I get into that, there we go. That's why. Because this is basically a new release for the Cars 3 Radiator Springs Classic line. And plus, another big change is that sorry, I can't talk. The blister now has a wooden look to it, compared to the normal one, like a Pull Bubble Wheelhouse, where it's normally just red. And then also the artwork is different. Instead of just the black background, it actually has Willie's Butte at sunrise. I know, and I know it's sunrise. I just know it. And then the description is still the same. And it says, favorite characters from Radiator Springs. Right here it shows Intro Ramon. Definitely hope to get him. Fillmore, new variation of him. Sally with tattoo, I hope to get her as well, since the original one is a little bit become quite pretty rare. And then Primer Lightning McQueen. I hope to get him as well because this one is frowning, whereas the one from the Return to Radiator Springs 10 pack is smiling. But I haven't seen him yet. But probably because of the fact that of the Toys R Us bankruptcy issue. But the location here in my home state of Manchester, NH, is not closing, so I'm grateful for that. But I still hope to hopefully pick them up. So yeah. And by the way, I did get another Cars 3 RC diecast of Red, which, yeah, you can see him right back here, who I will review next. But anyway, Flow. This is a brand new variation of her. I don't have any other variations of her from previously released diecasts of her, but this one's obviously new. She's got a nice, happy expression where she's a little more excited. And yes, I did paint the inside of her mouth, as usual. She's definitely got a very nice 50s look there. And by the way, this is another diecast I've gotten with white wall tires. The first one being Doc Hudson, my regular one. Even though he now has the dirt track tires. And there's also Sheriff. He was at... And this is still my 2007 Sheriff. And then another one I have, let me just grab it real quick, is Luigi. And then, this is the main one, Cruisin' Lightning McQueen. So it's definitely nice to have another Cars diecast with white wall tires. And it's a little hard to see. Actually, yeah, you can see it nicely. She has this little sparkly paint. So she's quite a bit like Sally in that regard. And I think Cruz Ramirez as well. Yeah. Yeah. Also like Cruz Ramirez. I just pulled out the Rusty's version since it was the closest one here. So anyway. And of course, if you don't know, unless you've been living in a barn or living in a den, Flo is basically the wife of Ramon. Because well, that's just simply the storyline. And also, and these two were released in a 2-pack back in 2009 or 2010 in the Storytellers line, being of regular Flo and also Wedding Day Ramon, where he had the same colors as his wife Flo as they were getting married. We like this design here. There are her taillights. She's got a chrome bumper, which is cool. And then her license plate says Showgirl, because she is one of the original Motorama girls. Which, if you know from the deleted scene from the first Cars movie. That's where she was from. She was one of the Motorama girls. I think it was in Michigan. Actually, let me see. Get this close to my face. Actually, yeah. They are from Michigan. Other side. And here's the base. So, pretty nice. And actually, just for comparisons, here she is with Sally. They're definitely cool together. And then also, of course, gotta get in Cruz Ramirez. This time I'm pulling out the original version of Cruz. Yes, this one is getting a little chipped up. Obviously very different, but they're still nice looking female Cars characters. Sally is basically from 2002, whereas Sally's model is from 2002. Cruz's model is obviously 2017, whereas Flo's is obviously from the 1950s. So yeah, next up I will be reviewing Red. So stay tuned for that. As usual, subscribe for more content, social media links in the description. Like if you enjoyed this, and yeah. And yeah, plus, I've also got a couple Blade Builders reviews coming from Star Wars Forces of Destiny. So look for those as well. So as usual, love all you Frozies to death, and of course don't forget to keep it rigid.